Hi, my name's Pete Swinney and welcome to another MoTeC webinar. Today's subject is how to adjust the setup in an M1 when changing injectors. So you've got to the point in your engine when you've decided that you want to put a different set of injectors, or maybe you've got a start file that suits a standard set of injectors and you've elected to put a different set in. So it's really important to load the correct injector calibrations when you're doing this to match the set of injectors you've got in. Having everything accurately calibrated in the M1 is, as I say, really important, and it means the fuel model will work well. In our example, let's say we've got an engine that we've tuned on the standard set of injectors. You've tuned it well, the efficiency map is correct, the fuel aim map is correct, and you're happy with how it runs. You've decided you're going to go to a bigger set of injectors because you're going to maybe add a supercharger or a turbocharger very soon. So your decision has been that you're going to load some ID 1000 injectors into the engine, and you're now at the point where you want to make sure that enter the calibration for those injectors into your M1 file. The best way to do that is to find another MoTeC M1 file with the calibrations already in them. So in this case we have a second file that's we've got off the internet that's got ID 1000cc injectors already loaded, or the calibrations for it. And this doesn't actually have to be a file that's the same as yours, whether it's an R35 file or a Sea-Doo file or a Yamaha file. All you need to do is have the injector calibrations in there. If you don't have accurate injector calibrations, then your tune-up's going to change when you make this setup change. Right? If you do this properly, then there should be actually no need to change the tune-up after the calibration's been done. You can load the injectors, load the correct calibrations, and go for it. So the process I'll show you using the M1 Tune software. Alright, so here it is. So let's open your original package. So in this case, it's File, Open Package, and we'll go to the stock injector setup for a Sea-Doo in this case. Alright, so here's a map, you've done it, you've run it, and you're quite happy with how it goes. You've now mechanically fitted the injectors into the engine and you want to change the setup. So as I said, the easiest way to do is to get another file that has the correct injector calibrations in it. So let's say we found that file on the internet and we've double clicked it and installed it into the computer. So we can go now File, Add Compare Package. So when we add the compare package, we're going to look for one that's got the ID 1000cc set up in it. So here it is here. Double click. Now we're seeing on the left your original file, on the right the file that's got the ID 1000cc injector calibrations in it. And at the moment every table you look at will show you the differences between the files. Alright. Now what we want to do is actually something called merging. We actually want to simply drag over the calibrations. So to do that we go Tools, Migrate Data. Now on the left hand side you can see we have all the calibration parameters to suit your original file, and on the right hand side, scrolling down at the same rate, is all the settings for the compared file, the compare package, and this is the file with the ID 1000s in it. Nice little feature is you can click on the diffs button, which is the differences button. So by doing this you see all the differences, and if there's a difference from the left hand side to the right hand side, it appears in red. So now if we drag it down, because these files are similar, there's actually not that many differences between them. And we can see there's an engine efficiency difference because it's had a different tune-up, inlet manifold pressure table difference. There's quite a few differences, but what we're actually after is the injector calibration. So if we go up to the top left and click on the search tab, we can type in injector. Right now all that appears on the screen is anything under the heading of injector, and we can have a look and see that we've just got the only thing we've got here is the injector related information that is different between the two files. So the first parameter we're looking at is injected linearization. So this is the actual table that gives the linearization differences between the injectors at low flows. And if we actually want to look at the tables themselves, we come down to the bottom left and click on data. Now the tables are actually 3 axis, so there's pressure by volume by voltage. So if I click on 8, there's the table for 8 volts, table for 10 volts, table for 12, and as I do this you can see the one on the right hand side changing in relation to the one on the left. Alright, so that shows the differences. So everything that is different is shown in red, and you only see the differences that are in relation to injector. So we have a minimum flow, there's a small difference there, and then you have a reference flow. So what this means is that this injector flows 19.2 milliliters per second, and this injector flows 8.9 milliliters per second. Now that's actually at a reference pressure. Now we can't see the reference pressure here because we're only looking at the differences between the two files. I'll just click that button off, and now you can see that the reference pressure is listed here. Reference pressure in this case, so this injector on the standard engine flows 8.9 milliliters per second at 400 kPa. And this injector flows 19.2 milliliters per second at 400 kPa. And that equates to the 1000 cc injectors that we know are this calibration's for. Alright, so how do we get it across? There's a number of ways. You can actually individually bring them over, either by dragging them like this. And you see, as soon as I drag that over, that goes green, which means it's successful. I'm going to leave it there for now. I can actually double click it as well, but I'm not even going to do that. What you can actually do is drag the whole injector group over and plonk it on there. Alright, and now you'll see they're both green. So what green tells you is that they've been red and they're now pulled, one's pulled across to the other. Alright, so same thing again with cylinder 2's injector values, same thing again with cylinder 3's injector values. So if you had a 6-cylinder GTR R35, you would just have 6 of these injectors to do. We can see there's no other differences here, and it's just those tables that we need to pull across. Alright, so now on the left hand side in this file we have 19.2 milliliters per second at 400 kPa, and we have the linearization tables from the 1000 cc file now pulled into your actual file, the file we want. Alright, it's as simple as that. So now close that and file, save as. And now you might want to write on the end of your file 1000 cc INJ, enter. Alright, so that now has those 1000 cc injector cals in there, and if everything's going according to plan, you should be able to turn the key and the engine will go and everything should be pretty close. It's always good to check the lambda, but it'll be very, very close and it'll allow you to run it straight away. Alright, so thanks for watching, and any other webinars, please check them out on our website. The forums there if you want to ask questions in relation to what you've seen. There's a lot of other webinars on M1 starting to appear on our website, so the web address for them is there. Catch you next time.